Hi everyone, this is the dispatch for Wednesday, April 29. Our first reading is Psalm 134. This will be the last day with that psalm, and tomorrow we'll transition to a new one. Our second reading from the Old Testament is from Exodus chapter 24. This is a story pulled out of the narrative of the people of Israel after release from captivity, after traveling, crossing the Red Sea. They're in the Sinai desert. And this is a story of Moses and the leaders of Israel going to the mountain of God, to Mount Sinai. And actually they all get to see God, which is a very rare occurrence, where they get to somehow stand in the presence of God. This comes right after the giving of the law, the giving of the Ten Commandments, followed by a long series of other laws and regulations for the people. Remember, they are being established as a people. They are being told by God how they will operate, how they will function, how they will get along with one another, how they will interact with the nations around them, all with an eye toward their arrival in the Promised Land and what sort of people they will become when God's promise for them is fulfilled. Now, after this experience that's described here in this passage, where the elders of Israel get to have this experience of God, Moses himself will go up the mountain into the presence of God, it's described in different ways, but this kind of thick darkness of God that is around the mountain. Moses goes up for 40 days and 40 nights. While he's in God's presence, God gives him all the directions he needs for the construction of the Ark of the Covenant, for the construction of the tabernacle, and things like that. Well, while Moses is gone, the people start to get restless, and they have Aaron, Moses' deputy, so to speak, build for them a golden calf. And you probably remember that story. Moses comes down the mountain, finds them worshiping this golden calf, and is angry. So that's where this story is headed. Our passage is a small snippet of that large narrative that makes up a large part, really the whole second half of the book of Exodus. And our third reading is from John's Gospel, chapter 21. This is one of the resurrection appearances of Jesus. The disciples go out fishing. They don't find anything. Jesus calls to them from the shore, and they get a huge catch. They come in. They have breakfast with Jesus. I love that image of the disciples sitting with Jesus and just having a good breakfast together. Jesus does something, as John tells it, that should catch our ear. John says that Jesus took the bread and gave it to them. That should immediately make us think of the Lord's Supper. There are a few instances in the Gospels where Jesus takes bread and gives it to others, and it has that resonance of the Lord's Supper, that resonance of the kind of sharing that we still experience at that table together. And something that's we're especially mindful of now, as we will be celebrating the Lord's Supper this Sunday, virtually, of course, connected by technology and not actually in person, but connected by the Holy Spirit nonetheless. Quick update for you. Larry Matson was moved to hospice care yesterday. His children are with him and they are now able to see him now that he's out of the hospital. So please keep Larry and his family and loved ones in your prayers. And I would remind you that we have our book discussion this morning at 10 o'clock. We're talking about the book Simply Jesus by N.T. Wright. You're welcome to join us, even if you haven't been keeping up with the book. I'm sure you'll at least enjoy the discussion. So feel free to join us. An email just went out this morning with the link that you need to get in. So I hope you'll be able to be a part of that. That's it for today. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.